Things got heated at the RAF post-match press conference when Arman Tsarukyan and Colby Covington went back and forth. Both men picked up solid wins on the card. Arman defeated Georgio Poullas by a score of 9-3, while Colby dominated Dillon Danis 14-4. After the event, Colby took a shot at Arman, mocking him for grappling a 125-pound opponent in his previous match. Arman didn't back down and immediately challenged Covington to step on the RAF mat and wrestle him for real. Colby doubled down on his complaints, claiming the UFC doesn't want him to wrestle current UFC fighters. However, he said he will sit down with the organization to try and make the match happen because the fans clearly want to see it. The exchange has sparked fresh bad blood between the two, and many fans are now hoping the UFC greenlights the match for RAF to make it happen. Colby would likely enter as a heavy favorite due to his size advantage in high-level wrestling, but it remains an intriguing matchup nonetheless. Let's roll the clip from the RAF post-match press conference where Arman and Colby go at each other.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'd love to dunk him, give him a wedgie and, stuff him in a locker.
It sounds like he got an awful big fan base here, though. Did you hear people get behind him?
I did, man.
I think it'll be a hell of a story, hell of a great match.
I love it, man. It's a great angle. I think it's a great storyline. We did used to train together at one point.
Maybe he misunderstood it wasn't me, so someone else.
No, it's definitely you, bro. Come on. You know this, dude.
Come on, bro. I'm gonna train with you.
Bro.
I've seen you in the gym, but we never wrestled.
No, we wrestle. I swear on my life, we wrestle on it.
Bro.
Yeah, I got respect.
Yeah, but there's like thousands of
wrestler.
Pakistani and Chechen guys will look so similar, like. But bro, nobody beat me in the ATT, and especially you in the West.
Dana White just broke his silence on several major news in the UFC. First, he confirmed that Islam Makhachev will indeed make his first title defense in August. While he still didn't name the opponent, it's becoming increasingly obvious that Michael Morales is the guy, especially after Morales hinted he had already signed the contract. Next, Dana addressed Conor McGregor's long-awaited return. He said the fight is not finalized yet, but the UFC is actively working on bringing Conor back this summer. White sounded pretty optimistic about getting the Notorious back in the octagon sometime in July or August. Lastly, Dana reacted to Joe Pyfer's massive victory over Israel Adesanya last night. He gave Pyfer a lot of praise for his performance and the way he finished the style bender. At the same time, Dana also gave Izzy credit, saying he looked fresh, fast, and sharp despite the loss, showing that the former champ has still got it. Let's roll the clip of Dana's thoughts on Pyfer's big win over Izzy.
What did you think of the main event?
Yeah, I mean that's what we were talking about in the back. We started looking at all the performances tonight for Pyfer to come in at number 14, and beat Israel Adesanya, one of the best middleweights ever and the number 4 ranked guy. It's pretty impressive. And to finish him.
There's going to be a lot of talk about Izzy and where he is in the sport and this stuff. But what did you think of his performance before he ended up getting taken down?
He looked good. He looked fast, using angles. Yeah, I thought he looked great.
And then for Joe Pyfer, what does it do for him having a legend like Israel on his resume, and where do you think he can go from here?
It's huge, and more importantly, the Joe Pyfer story, and now the guy's ranked in the top 5 in the UFC, which is very, very tough to do.
Did you know he was considering suicide a couple of weeks ago?
I did not know that.
Colby Covington went on a full call-out spree, targeting not only Arman, but also his teammate and current UFC middleweight champ, Khamzat Chimaev. Colby said a potential wrestling matchup with Khamzat would generate massive buzz. He reminded everyone that they were supposed to fight in the UFC years ago, but now that he's moved up in weight class, they can still make it happen on the real American freestyle mat. Covington says the UFC isn't giving him the high-profile fights he wants and believes he deserves, so he's planning to sit down with Hunter Campbell when the UFC comes to Miami in a few weeks. He wants a direct talk with the promotion about his future, arguing they should allow him to take big wrestling matchups if they can't deliver him the fights he's asking for. Let's hear Colby's call out.
I want to wrestle against Tsarukyan. That's a guy I used to beat up on all the time at ATT. He was a little understudy to me, who he used to come train just because he wanted to get beat up by me in the gym. So that's someone who I kind of want to expose to the world and beat his ass on the RAF mats. We're trying to find ways. I really want to go up against Khamzat. I wanted to fight him obviously a couple years ago, but now he's in a different weight class and, time's passed. So I would love to wrestle against Khamzat and RAF. I think it'd be a highly entertaining match. The press conference would be fire. And
Khamzat Chimaev just fired back strongly at Colby Covington after the latest round of callouts. In a recent Russian interview with Obzor Express, Chimaev made it very clear that he is down to wrestle Covington on the very next Real American Freestyle event. He showed zero respect for Colby's wrestling background, saying he can easily smash him and that he is too small in size to pose any real threat on the mat. This fiery response comes while Chimaev is deep in training camp for his first middleweight title defense, against Sean Strickland at UFC 328 in May. Because of that major fight, it's very unlikely he will participate in any other sporting event before then. Still, the potential wrestling matchup between Chimaev and Covington continues to gain momentum among fans, and many now expect to see the two finally collide on the RAF mat sometime after UFC 328. The bad blood between them has been building for a while, and if this wrestling bout actually happens, it would be one of the most anticipated non-UFC matchups of the year. Let's roll the clip of Khamzat responding to Colby's call-out.
Colby is a clown. He is a stupid American boy, you know, just like the rest of them. I can wrestle with this bitch anytime. It's easy work for me. Let's wrestle at the next RAF event. I will take his heart out. He would need to call the cops on me. How are you going to use your cardio? How are you going to take me down? How are you going to do anything to me? He is too little for me. He's a small guy. It's an easy fight for me, no matter inside the octagon or in wrestling. On the next RAF, I will make him humble again. Let's go.
Arman Tsarukyan just made a big announcement about his future. In a recent interview with the Schmo, Arman revealed that he will fight for a belt this summer, whether it's the BMF title or a real championship belt. He also said he is ready to step in as a backup fighter for the Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje bout in case anything happens. At the same time, Tsarukyan traded shots with Colby again. He responded to Colby's recent comments accusing him of not training seriously and being lazy, making it clear that he is fully locked in and prepared. This puts Arman in a strong position heading into the summer, though him fighting for the undisputed UFC belt in the summer is very unlikely. With Ilia and Justin set to fight in June, a BMF showdown makes complete sense. A rematch with Charles Oliveira, the current BMF champion, fits the division's current state perfectly, and Arman has been vocal about wanting big fights, and it seems he is determined to force his way into title contention very soon. With a potential win over Charles, the UFC will no longer be able to delay his title shot. Let's roll the clip of Arman Tsarukyan announcing his summer plans.
We're all chomping at the bit to see you fight for the UFC world title. When do you reckon you're going to enter back in the octagon?
This summer.
This summer
I'll fight. It's for sure this summer for the belt. Any belt.
Any belt.
It's a BMF. It's a real belt, so...
But he has a fight coming up. I'm a backup for that fight. I'm gonna be ready if something happens, and I'm gonna stay active. Maybe I'll do RAF next month or maybe in the May. So we'll see when Colby Covington is ready. When he's gonna be done with his drinking beer and lay down on the beach and do extra exercises during the night. So you know, I'm not Dillon Danis, wrestler. I'm a legit wrestler, so you gotta keep training.
I'm not a bodybuilder influencer. I'm a legit wrestler and a 4-time challenger in the UFC.
Yes, you are, but if you're gonna like keep doing the same thing, you're gonna lose me. But
no,
so I'm saying I wanna have like a real wrestling match. So keep training, keep training.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.